Thank you, Robert, and thank you so much, Professor Alves. It's always an honor to be here at ISOJ. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Fusion. As Robert mentioned, I'm in charge of digital operations. Fusion is a brand new cable and digital content platform aimed at millennials. We are a joint venture between Univision and the Disney company. And our mission is to champion a diverse, smart, and inclusive America. So one of the things that we're seeing is a dramatic shift in demographics in America. And we want to take advantage of that. We want to be part of that. We want to be reflective of that. Sorry for this chart, got a little messed up in translation. But basic premise is America is no longer over 80% wide angle. It's an incredibly diverse place with a lot of opportunities if you're looking at the multi market. So there's 53 million Hispanics in the US. Over half of them are millennials. And what's really interesting to us is that the vast majority of them, at least when you look at the population that's under 18 years old, 93% are English dominant. The other thing that's really interesting for us as we look at our audience is how they perceive success. The idea of the American dream has changed dramatically for this generation. And while we grew up thinking of success and valuing success based on our influence and the things we're able to acquire and the things we owned and the office we had, this is a generation that views success incredibly different. They want personal growth, they want value, and they see the success very differently from the generation before that. Another thing that's very interesting and it's a challenge for us is how they view news. So they view news to be divisive, polarizing, and partisan, and they're simply not entertained by them. But they still want to be informed. They still want to be part of the conversation. And so the challenge is, how do we do that? How do we bring news to them? How do we inform them in a way that doesn't reflect what legacy media or their perception of legacy media? And let me just show you a very quick example. This just show that we're premiering this fall. Oh, sorry. Can we get sound on this? No.
Where is it? Where they come from? All over. This happened. This is very, very often. We have the most corrupted country in the world. Fuck the world.
So the other thing that we really want to do to be a multi-platform digital multi-platform media company. You know, as Rahul pointed out, Americans spend more time on their digital devices than they did watching television last year. And that is particularly driven by millennials. So we have a real challenge. We're creating a cable company, but we want to target millennials. So how are we thinking about that? How are we thinking about becoming a digital-first cable company? Well, the first thing we're doing is we're reversing the pipeline. So traditionally, how cable companies have done a lot of their digital programming is they produce great television, and then they clip them into short videos and add some extra interviews and some extra material. And that is the digital strategy. And what we're trying to do is how can we change that? How can we go from producing really expensive television with firm schedules, with firm formats, and in our case with no metrics right now, and how can we do that a lot more effectively? And what we're thinking is reversing the pipeline. So what we're doing right now is we're creating a ton of content on digital, and we're testing our audience. We're letting them react to it, we're letting them engage with it, and we're listening. We're paying close attention to what works. And what this allows us to do is produce a lot more content, test it, really see if it engages, if it works, test our talent, test our segments, test our franchises, and then continue to invest in the things that really work, that really resonate, and bring to the screen only the best content that already has an audience carried over from digital. The other thing that we're doing is building a very strong data-driven culture inside Fusion. So, I still come from the world where, as a magazine editor, it was the tyranny of the editor. We basically, as editors, decided what we felt made sense, what we felt would resonate, what the right angle for a story would be. We no longer live in a world like that. We live in a place where we can really pay attention to metrics, where we can see what audience reacts to, where we can measure the sentiment people have about the things that we say. And so we really want to build a data culture, not just for products and not just for technology, but also for the content we're producing. And so we're ideating, we're implementing, we're measuring, we're adjusting, and we continue to do that as a permanent cycle as part of our processes. We're, of course, very focused on social. There's 4 major efforts that we're very focused on right now. We're building strong communities, really engaging with our audience, starting a dialogue. We're creating content exclusively for social. I encourage you to visit our Instagram account, which is a heavily curated account now, and we're really trying to experiment with how you create micro videos and communicate news and create an image that tells a story. And we're really trying to push the boundary and experiment with that and having a really fun time with that at the same time. Of course, it's how we drive a lot of our traffic back into the page, so it's a big inbound marketing effort for us. And finally, of course, because we're a cable network, we have great talent, they have followers, and so we want to really leverage that into action for our social media. And of course, we understand very well, now after Robert, I'm not sure about this, but we believed until 5 minutes ago that the future was mobile. And so this is a really interesting challenge when you're creating content for a cable network, to keep this in mind, to think about mobile first, and to create content that works really well, or adjust our content so that it works really well, both on mobile, on tablets, on computers, and on our network. So finally, let me show you a little video of what's been happening. We're very new. We started just in October. This video is about a month old, so there's about a few days that it doesn't take into account. But let me just show you what's been happening at Fusion over the last few days.
It's been less than 90 days since we first hit the air.
Wait, you're kidding.
For me?
You can't hold it down.
And they are loving it.
Since then, we've certainly learned a thing or two.
Jorge Ramos of Fusion TV. I'm gonna keep on watching this show. I'm a fan.
I really love it,
We changed perceptions,
especially recently. Why do you think that was?
opened doors,
Why do you think we have this current obsession with hairless lady parties?
What's not to like?
we proved how much better TV can be if we keep it honest.
What talk about the future that you know nothing about the future?
Feel free to listen your time.
Real,
He is the #1 criminal operating in the world.
I'm Mariana Gonzalez.
This is huge.
I would like to greet everybody in chimpanzee.
and relevant.
And of course, in flesh.
But most importantly, if we keep it fun.
You have a wonderful sense of humor.
Oh, that is sweet, JR.
This is what we've accomplished in less than 90 days. The future is limitless.
Love it, love it, love it.
I mean, if you're watching this right now, then it has to count for something, no?
You should be watching. See.
Thank you.